The LPGA tour had Caitlin Clark play, and the LPGA, fans, well, the event was taken over by the ominous crowd that made sure to go get angry at everything Caitlin Clark did and everything Caitlin Clark does and was ever going to do, and made it that she was the problem and not the solution.
The LPGA has sparked a major controversy, and it's one that has the WNBA fired up. Recently, the LPGA invited Caitlin Clark, one of basketball's brightest rising stars, to take part in a special event. The result? Record-breaking attendance, electric fan enthusiasm, and a surge of new interest in women's golf. The LPGA openly celebrated Clark's involvement, recognizing the powerful spotlight she brings. But while the golf world embraced her, the WNBA's reaction has been far less enthusiastic. Why would the league feel uneasy about Clark's growing influence? Is it simple jealousy or something deeper? This developing story digs into the tension at the heart of women's sports and the rivalry that could reshape its future.
Through the whole event, they saw how important it was that new fans were getting involved in golf, especially women's golf.
LPGA's decision to feature Caitlin Clark turned out to be a game changer. Crowds from all backgrounds showed up, not just for the golf, but to see Clark in person. Her star power is undeniable. She has brought a surge of fresh energy and new fans to women's sports. The LPGA recognized this immediately, welcoming her with open arms and viewing her not just as an athlete, but as a catalyst for renewed interest in their game. They celebrated her presence, understanding that Caitlin represents more than basketball. She's a magnet for younger audiences who might never have paid attention to women's golf before. Yet, that same enthusiasm sparked unexpected tension elsewhere. Within the WNBA, Clark's growing influence has stirred frustration. Rather than embracing her widespread appeal, some within the league see her as a rival for attention. While her fame could help elevate the league, there's a sense among certain players and fans that the spotlight she commands overshadows veteran stars. Some have even suggested that the frenzy surrounding Clark diminishes the years of hard-won progress the league has achieved.
The LPGA, you can see when it came to them that they were happy that Caitlin Clark was there. They knew exactly the value that Caitlin Clark brought.
About it. If women's sports are to keep growing, shouldn't a talent like Caitlin Clark be welcomed for the new audience she brings? The WNBA's reaction, so sharply different from the LPGA's, raises an important question. Is there hesitation about protecting their established stars, or are they overlooking a much bigger opportunity? What makes this even more compelling is how the LPGA community responded. The atmosphere at the event was electric. Fans could feel they were witnessing something special, not just another golf tournament. People arrived early to catch a glimpse of Clark and stayed long after, mingling with players and soaking up the energy. This wasn't just a momentary buzz. It was a glimpse into what's possible, a rising wave of enthusiasm that could lift all of women's sports to new heights.
Because we know, in the WNBA, when it came to Caitlin Clark, it was a lot of we don't need you, and we were good before, and we don't like your fans, and this, that, and...
NBA stars like Nelly Korda were quick to praise Caitlin Clark, calling her a breath of fresh air and celebrating the excitement she brought to the tournament. They didn't see her as competition, but as an ally, someone capable of infusing new energy and expanding the game's reach. The LPGA recognized immediately that a broader audience benefits everyone, and they seized that opportunity without hesitation. The contrast with the WNBA, however, has been striking. The league's response to Clark's fame has been far more guarded. To some, Caitlin represents a shift that challenges long-standing dynamics within the league. Rather than viewing her popularity as a bridge to new fans or a chance for cross-promotion, parts of the WNBA community appear to regard her growing fan base as an encroachment. But this cautious mindset may be limiting the league at a pivotal moment. Sports are evolving rapidly, and those who resist change risk falling behind. The LPGA seems to understand that adaptation is key to growth, while the WNBA, perhaps out of protectiveness for its identity, remains hesitant to fully embrace that transformation.
They did everything they could to sabotage their own league. And yeah, it backfired. For me anyway, I think it's hard to argue that it didn't completely backfire for them, because Caitlin Clark is more popular now.
5. The LPGA's decision to feature Caitlin Clark turned out to be transformative, not just for golf, but for women's sports as a whole. Fans from all walks of life showed up, drawn not only by the tournament, but by the chance to see Clark in action. Her presence injected a new level of excitement, proving that her influence extends far beyond the basketball court. LPGA stars like Nelly Korda called her a breath of fresh air, celebrating how she attracted a diverse, youthful crowd. The league saw Clark not as a threat, but as an ally, a powerful ambassador capable of bringing new audiences to their sport. In sharp contrast, the WNBA's reaction has been far more guarded. Rather than embracing Clark's cross-sport appeal, some within the league seem to view her fame as a distraction, a challenge to the league's established order. This defensiveness, while perhaps rooted in a desire to protect its veteran stars, could be holding the WNBA back at a crucial moment. Today's sports fans crave authenticity, collaboration, and compelling personalities, the very qualities that have made Clark a household name. By keeping her at arm's length, the WNBA risks missing out on an opportunity that could have elevated not only its own brand, but women's sports as a whole. Instead of seeing Clark as competition, the league could have positioned her as a bridge, someone capable of connecting new fans to basketball and creating momentum across all women's leagues. The LPGA recognized this potential instantly, turning her participation into an event that felt vibrant and historic. The atmosphere was electric, filled with fans who might never have attended a golf event otherwise. Clark's influence represents a rare moment for women's sports to unite, expand and redefine what collaboration looks like. Her genuine support for female athletes across all disciplines shows that her goal isn't dominance, it's unity. The LPGA's open arms approach reflects a forward-thinking attitude toward growth and fan engagement. Meanwhile, the WNBA's hesitation could signal an outdated mindset that prioritizes exclusivity over expansion. If women's sports are to keep growing, leagues must adapt to what modern audiences want: shared stories, dynamic stars, and a sense of community. The LPGA understood this and capitalized on it. The WNBA, however, may be missing its moment. By not fully embracing Clark's appeal, it risks alienating fans, both new and old, and forfeiting a chance to strengthen its position in an increasingly interconnected sports landscape. The LPGA's collaboration with Caitlin Clark should serve as a blueprint for other leagues, a reminder that progress comes from inclusion, not protectionism. As Clark's star continues to rise, the difference between how these two leagues have responded to her popularity could shape the future of women's sports. The message is clear: openness breeds opportunity. So what do you think? Is the WNBA making a strategic mistake by keeping its distance from Caitlin Clark, or is it justified in protecting its identity? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into the evolving world of sports, strategy, and culture in women's sports.